Hey everyone, Miss Dempsey here. This is Lap for Catalunya GP with the Honda NSX Group 3. I also made a similar lap guide video, similar time, with the Porsche 911 RSR, which I'll have in the card up above and in the description and pinned comment down below. But anyways, let's get this started. Your first braking point is just before you pass the digital flag that is on the left side of the track. When you start to turn in, try to be gentle with your inputs. So when you start to enter, be gentle with releasing the braking, and then be gentle with the amount of throttle that you're putting in. When you're going to the apexes, don't go off full throttle, as that'll easily upset the car. Then to this next turn, do some throttle control to get your car as close to the inside of the track as you can. And then once your car is starting to point away from this barrier right here, you can gradually start to accelerate. Start to brake well before you pass the bridge up ahead. Do all your braking in a straight line and then ease off the braking when you start to turn. Try to stick as close to the inside of the turn as you can, and when your car is starting to point away from these 3 white billboards on the other side of the track, you can slowly start to accelerate. If you need a braking point, you can start to brake a bit before you pass this weird object that is on the right side of the track. When you're turning, be very gentle with easing off the braking, and you'll actually have a period of time where you're just letting the car coast. Then, once your car is starting to point towards the next section of the track, you can slowly start to accelerate. Your next braking point is this pointy end of the curb that is on the right side of the track. Do all your braking once again in a straight line, but when you start to turn, ease off the braking a little bit quickly. This will force the car to rotate, and then you can get on the throttle a little quicker, and you should be good to go for that part. Then for this next turn right here, you're easing off the throttle when the curb on the left is about to end. Try to get a bit of the curb that is on the inside of the track, but you won't start to fully accelerate until you're nearly done with the turn itself. There are 2 braking points you can use for this turn right here. You can use the end of like the curvy wall on the right, or the digital flag that is immediately after the end of that wall. So you'll start to brake before the flag or the end of the wall, depending on what you're using. Brake before you approach them. This will be like the last hairpin, so you'll actually be letting the car coast for a bit of time before you start to gradually accelerate. When you start to turn, start to get the car to slow down a bit more, and when your car is starting to pass this pill-shaped curb that is on the inside of the track, you can slowly start to accelerate once again. Unfortunately, there's no braking point here, so you need to time it right and know when exactly to brake. Don't brake on the green area on the left, as that can make your car unstable. Do some trail braking here and get your car to the right side of the track as soon as you can, and then start to brake right before you pass this weird sign that is above you. You want to really get this trail braking right, and if you can, get the curb to go under the middle of the car. That way you can get a much better turn, a much better exit, and then go through this turn at full throttle, short shift if you need to, and you are good to go.